tutorial on how to upload and get your explosion files into your Dodge the Meteor game. So I have open, I'm just looking inside, going to my Dodge the Meteor game right here. I'll make this big. So just so you know, at this point right now I have my game set up so that I'm flying, I'm pointing in the direction of my mouse, and if I get hit by a meteor, that's where I'm at. And so what I want it to do now is I want it to explode. Okay, so to do that, what I want to do is create a sprite of an explosion, and it's going to have multiple costumes in it that it's going to cycle through. So just like in your meteors, how it had costumes and it cycled through each one of the costumes, you're going to have a sprite for your explosion, and it's going to cycle through the costumes to make it look like an explosion. Okay, so how do I get my explosion into Scratch? That's what this tutorial is. So I'm going to go to my Canvas page, which is Scratch Meteor Dodge game. And at the very top of your Canvas assignment is a link to a Google Doc or Google Drive that has all the explosion files in it. So when I click that, it opens up the explosion files, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So these are the files that you want to save. So first you're going to need to save them to your computer, and then you've got to upload them into Scratch. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, I'm going to click on the 3 little dots, and I'm going to tell it that I want to download it. Now, you get to pick where you download it. So what I would do, this is my recommendation. I like to create my own folder. I like to go to my desktop, since these are going to be temporary files, and I want to be able to throw them away as soon as I've uploaded them into Scratch so they're not bogging down my computer. And I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name that folder Explosion. Okay. I've already done this once, so it says that the name's already taken. So I'm just going to put a 2. Yours won't already have been taken. I'm going to create that. Okay, so you now know where I'm saving it. I'm saving it to my desktop in a folder that's on my desktop called Explosion 2. So there's the first one. I'm going to save it. You're going to need to do that to each one of these. So the next one, I'm just going to click right here, download. Your computer should just default to that same folder that you had made, and then you can just keep putting them in. So I should just be able to click save, go to the next one, download, and it should again default to that Explosion 2 folder and save. And so you can see that I'm putting them all in the same folder. Download, save. Now I'm not going to keep going because I already have them in another folder, so I'm just going to close that. Once you have them downloaded onto your computer on a code, it's time to come back to Scratch. And the first thing you're going to do is create a new sprite for your explosion. So I'm going to come down right here, and there's my sprite. And this you've already chosen from their library, and you've painted your own. This time you're going to be uploading a sprite from your computer. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and on my desktop is an explosion. There's the one that we just created, Explosion 2, but you can see this is the one that I actually need because I have all 8 of them in there. So I'm going to create it by selecting one of them, and I'm going to open. Now, one mistake that people do is they're like, oh, I just keep doing that until I get all 8 down here. Well, I don't want 8 different sprites. What I want is one sprite that has 8 different costumes. Okay, so if we come over here, I have my explosion selected, and over here on this side, if I go to my costumes, you'll notice that there is that same button, but instead of in your sprite library, it's in your costumes library right here. So now I'm going to upload the second one, open. Now I'm going to upload the third one, open. Now you're going to it's probably going to default taking you back to that same folder. If for some reason it does not, you'll just need to browse to find it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm on the 6th one, open. 7th one, open, and then download. So now I have all 8 costumes under one sprite. Okay. All right, I'll do another video for how to actually create the code for making it work. But first you've got to get the explosions all in one sprite into your Scratch. Okay.